Happy One Wheel Wednesday, everybody. My name is Scot Mendenhall. We're excited to be with you today on a phenomenal day here in Minnesota and a great topic for all of you to chime into and help us build a case. The pros and cons of Onewheels and Vescs, all alike. Okay, we're gonna try to help those that are on the fence. Should I buy a one wheel? We're going to talk about all those things today. But, this is Scot Mendenhall and Friends podcast. This is where we do life together. We laugh, we giggle. We have our ups and downs together. We pick each other up. I'm joined with my beautiful wife wearing camouflage just like me, Holly Mendenhall.
We love camouflage. Hi, everybody. How are we doing today?
We do?
Yes.
That's okay, cool. I didn't know we loved it.
Camouflage, one wheels, coffee, in snowflake mugs.
I don't like
love
coffee,
it all.
though. I definitely don't like coffee. All right, we got Lily over here, who's a good friend of ours, wearing a little bit of the greenish color.
If you don't love it, why would you wear it?
What? I don't
you
have to
love what you wear.
I mean, I got no problems with it, but it's not like a love-hate thing. Sorry about that cricket. I look at the shot all of a sudden, and that's like, I feel like we're leaning there a little bit. Did you see that shot, Lil? It's not she's going to help us fix it a little bit. The GoPros, just we felt like we were leaning a little bit there. Hey, thanks for everybody tuning in. Every week you tune in here, and you're coming for some of the entertainment, because that's what we really are. We're just friends that love to do life together, and we try to give you a smiling moment today. Today, Lily and Holly are going to be hyper aware of the chat today and interrupt at any point with any questions that you see fit to have to be said, okay? And so, did you know this? This is our 100th episode.
That's what I was going to say. Very exciting day.
Yeah.
Yay,
we're not really doing anything other than yay. Woo! All right, thank you.
Should I put 100 emojis in the chat? Should I give 100 hearts?
You can just put the 100 emoji.
You could do it. But, if we go back, we should, but we're going to go personally. Let's start with, Lily, you're going first. The first pro to owning a one wheel, like the pros and cons, not like a pro writer, but like pro. What is a pro for you when it comes to a one wheel? Why would someone that's on the fence?
Instant fun.
Ooh, instant?
Yeah. Instant, spontaneous fun.
Okay. I do feel like some might not agree with that.
I feel like I would disagree
fear
with that.
of, but it does bring a fun element into your life, so it's got to be there. We should have brought our dry erase board in here and wrote this stuff
and wrote it down?
We can still write them.
Let's take notes here and write it down. We're going to compilate a good list. So, fun factor.
Are you taking notes or am I taking notes?
All right, Holly, what would be one that
I'll do it.
In the chats today, tell us what are some of the pros that you would say to being on a one wheel? I know someone's going to, but what, Holly, what's your thoughts?
From being on a one wheel?
Yeah, what's the pros of having a one wheel now that you've rode for more than a month?
Well, my first answer was probably going to be superficial, because I remember the first time I tried riding a one wheel, I got to get a really cute helmet and really cute matching shoes.
That's what you're going with?
But I will say you get to do it with other people.
Okay.
That's probably the funnest part of it for me.
I think one of the biggest pros, and yet the fun factor is awesome, and it does allow you to get around friends and meet new people, and we've met heaps of people. We wouldn't be here without one wheels, probably. We probably would be doing something different, but nonetheless. I got to say that it's super versatile. One of the pros to the one wheel is that you can do all kinds of terrains. You're not limited to one thing. I think if you're on the fence of what is more versatile? I know some of the EUCs would come out and say that you can do the same thing on those, but that's fine. That's what makes them so versatile, even, is that you can ride on so many different terrains. You're not limited to pavement. You're not limited to just grass. You look at some of those other personal PUVs, and you are limited. Think about those hoverboards where you're just standing straight. You're limited to just surfaces that are going to handle a plastic wheel and stuff. So versatility is a huge, huge pro for sure.
Here's a good one.
Okay.
Pro. Endless free therapy. Ooh. After purchase, of course.
Yeah. Well, you might have to have therapy after the purchase.
From Ride Rebellion.
I would say, okay, if we're going cons to a one wheel, I would think the cost does hinder. It's a hard onboarding into, except for the pint now is $750. That's pretty easy to get in on. And we've been riding the pint recently here in Minnesota, as we've been in a 3-day blizzard. And we weren't like, hey, let's go ride our boards out and about so we just have an old pint that we're like, hey, we're all just going to take turns on. And that seems a lot of fun. It's so nimble. It's still got a little pep in the step, and it's still a lot of fun. So if you're on the fence,
great choice.
$750. But still, it's not a hoverboard like you go to a Walmart and you spend $100. Boom, there you go.
No, because we've had pints forever. They've done both what you were saying earlier, the off-road, and if you're if you're going to work back and forth, if for close quarters, just enough for you to get to where you need to go.
We've rode those pints in trails and terrains that are wild. So, Lily, what's a con to a barrier to getting in on a one wheel then for you?
I would say like the difficulty of learning at first.
So that
maybe.
actually
It
counteracts
could be intimidating. Not for me. Well, it was maybe a little bit, but for like someone,
right?
For Holly,
yeah, it was.
Like it looks intimidating. Yeah, so many people are like, I'm not riding that thing. I would die.
Yeah, I do think that's a big one. That it appears easier, and that's a crazy bit. Is once you're educated on it, it's like, oh, it's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. You actually realize it's not that difficult to ride. So it's pretty sweet to be able to hop on it, have the fun factor and stuff. So one of the cool things, as we are going to kind of bounce around on the topics today, and it reminds me as I see Garrett give $20 for the
that's so nice.
the GTS fund for Holly today, which what was it, 3 weeks ago? You guys started doing that, and we got I think $60 that day or something. So now we're at $80. That's so cool. But one of the highlights in 100 episodes is 2 years ago. You guys funded GT Fund for Lily, which I hope you guys have gotten enjoyment out of that to watch her
because she's so
create
funny.
Videos on this YouTube channel. But I think one of the coolest bit is, I don't know if you guys have all put this together, those are watching. And when I say guys, I mean girls too. Those that are given resources. Why are you chuckling when I say that?
Because I, as a woman, have never thought that I wasn't also being talked to.
You know that people...
You sound like Jeff Probst, who can't say guys anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not because of his.
Well,
that's because of culture.
Well, I
that's
get
not
it, but
I'm trying to say...
Like, if it were my show, I would probably say, I'm going to still say it.
I'm still saying it. I'm just
like,
giving
preference. When you say guys, I also think you're talking to me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to just let people know.
This is going to change the context.
Yeah, it will. Okay, let's continue on. But for those that helped Lily get her GT, she got married with that thing. Like, not married to it. She married her husband, Jordan, but they rode away with it, and that was your gift. Like, come on.
You also had to clarify that.
You played into... I always got to clear everything, because there's always the trolls. That's what it is.
Always.
Like, I've done this long enough that there are so many trolls that troll everything. It's like you're just trying to take away the ammo. So thank you for $20 going to Holly for a GTS, so she doesn't have to continue to borrow her children's. So
they're graciously... Yeah.
Until then, we will be trying something else. All of a sudden, bright light just filtered in over here. Is because I put a banner on that window. We have a couple feet of snow that came over the last street.
Why didn't we put it on the inside? Because it would cover Holly?
Well, we cover up that. It just wouldn't look so appealing to the outside. But it just blew away, folks.
Might look cool on the inside, though.
It could have, but it's gone. See, now it's like real bright light there.
Can go get it for us.
Mm-hmm. No, it's okay. It's so much snow out there. Okay,
it's very bright out.
Let's go back to the pros and cons. The pros and cons of the situation.
I have a con.
Okay, you take a con. I gotta adjust now that that's happened. We gotta change the cameras. What's one of the cons?
My con that I was thinking of is, like, I feel like now the GTS is out. Maybe it's like the ride ready board, but when you got a new board, even the GTS, you're always looking for like the next upgrade, and those upgrades are very pricey. So that was what, I don't know. Did you upgrade right away when you?
Are pricey.
Lil, did you upgrade when you got your GT?
Well,
you might want different color, even if it's rails. Even
yeah,
if it's
I bought the stuff for our wedding, yes, and that's expensive. I mean, it was like. Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, so. Most of her upgrades are handed down or donated from this
that's
channel,
why I'm content with what I have. Just the fact that I have a board.
She's waiting for me to come along and go, oh, it's been long enough. Let's upgrade that. We do that time here. And it's great. Like, I don't mind. We like keeping the boards looking fresh
as long as my board rides.
Yeah, and it does.
That's what matters to me.
But I see, now I think that there's a pro that there are availability of options to make it personalized with one wheel, and then the Float Life, Craft and Ride, which Craft and Ride doesn't have as many unique components of their development. They're more of a hub for all of the developers of third-party stuff there. You can go there and get all kinds of stuff. So I do think it's actually the pro. I think that's a pro, not a con.
Okay.
Because...
Well, I mean,
you just got to pay.
It can be a little bit of both, but it's like when you think of, like, to get your perfect ride or whatever, you just spent the money on it, and then there's more. And rails, I get it, like the look of stuff, you want to make it your own. But I'm talking about even like the hubs.
Yeah, but that comes down to preference. You don't have to.
You don't have to. You're right.
So, like, to say that this is not a built-in thing where, buy a one-wheel, now go. That's what Float Life and one-wheel parts have done really well to make you go, I need that to ride this thing. Now, we do have a 5-inch hub review coming. Here's the thumbnail. You look for it tomorrow. We review all the hubs that are available at the moment. We have the MTE, the billet in against the stock, and we compare, we weigh them, we measure them, the whole deal. It's one of the first ones out there, I think, where at least I haven't come across them, where you get to see the differences. And there are subtle differences and a couple big differences that you might weigh in on. But the producers, creators of those, sell them in a way that this is a must-have upgrade out of box. No, I think a pro to a one-wheel is that it comes out of the box, it's rideable. Right away, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, that you can get out and do it.
So I'm pushing. I don't know if that makes it to our pro-con list. It can be.
I'm writing everything down, so it made it.
Well, and it can't. We can't like write everything. This is where we're going to debate it and put it together.
Well, I've been writing everything down.
She's just writing
that was
down.
what I was supposed to
Yeah, you can write them down, but we got to be able to discuss them to
Yes.
make the overall list here, or we're going to have some.
We're going to give you 100 pros and cons because it's our 100th show.
No, that is definitely not the case. Thank you, Holly, for contributing.
Ride Rebellion says, money pit for sure, of the best kind, but I've spent north of 15 to 18K in the last 3 years.
Yikes!
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Now, they do, hobbies are, in general.
Someone else said that hobbies, you're going to put money into any type of hobby that and we were talking about the price earlier, and someone, how easy is it to spend on a phone?
Yeah.
Close a third of what,
Yeah, think about that on the phone topic. We spend close to $1,000 on the new phone. And when we do it without I need it, I'm just going to go do it. But when you are going to propose to your significant other, you're like, oh my gosh, how much is that ring? $1,500, and we really struggled on something that they were going to wear forever and ever and ever. At least it's meant to be. And then all of a sudden, a new phone that I'm going to upgrade in a year, $1,000, no problem. We've been duped by the marketing people. That's all I got to say. Okay, so
I got another pro.
I think you go to boats. Boats are a fun hobby, fishing, skiing, whatever you're going to do with them, but they are just a sinking pit of money that you're just putting to it constantly to keep it afloat, literally. So I think hobbies,
hobbies cost money.
They do. Lily's hobby of CrossFit costs her money, shoes.
Yeah, I could add that up. I don't know. If
Grip.
You probably don't want to. You probably shouldn't do that.
But
supplements.
Some of those things I only buy once.
Supplements? You spend a lot of money on supplements. Yeah. You wouldn't have to spend that on protein bars, and all those things if you weren't working out. Yeah, but that's my point. It's fine. True. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying.
It's not bad.
It's just part of the hobby. But people want, when they're poking holes on the pro-con, they're going, oh, it's a bottomless pit. It is if you let it be, but if you're enjoying it, big deal. Goal is...
It's not like you have bought a million, figurines of some sort and they sit on a shelf. That's a hobby that costs a lot of money.
But people like that.
Totally.
So, but you were acting like that's a waste. If somebody's enjoying that and they have the resources to do it.
She's saying it gets used.
To me, that's not something I'd want to sink money in because it's not my type of hobby. But if it's somebody else's hobby, that's totally fine. And it's going to sit,
Yeah.
What one person might see as a waste, another person is going to see as collectibles.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, you said you had another pro. What are you going with?
Well, it can actually be a mode of transportation.
Ooh.
For work, for actual...
Yeah, you can get around.
So when you think of it that way, that's a pretty inexpensive vehicle.
Yeah, you could literally And this is in any of those different parts of this topic, the EUCs and Vesks and all those things. You can build them to get around and sell your car, and this be your transportation almost anywhere.
Yeah.
That's what's so cool about it. It is a mode of transportation. I think you see pockets where it's very trendy to have a one wheel, like planes. You see one wheel showing videos and stuff of people putting them on their actual wings, getting to the airport and one wheeling to their plane or wherever they're landing. So it is a mode of transportation for sure. It's not just a hobby. It can be a mode of transportation. Super, super huge. I think the other pro to a one wheel is it can, how do I say this without being a long sentence, but it can make you better. It makes you face your fears. It makes you can ride it inside your limits or go, today I want to get a little bit better. So you can push the envelope with one wheels, which is pretty fun. You can go, today I'm going to ride grass. I've never done that. I'm going to learn a trick. It's not just one style of riding. There's a bunch of different styles of riding when it comes to a one wheel. Lil, you got any cons to this? Or any that have come in?
Yeah, there's some that have come in.
I thought you were writing these down.
I'm writing them all down. One that I saw, like risk factor, fear of falling, division in the community. The upgrades are pricey. Aftermarket stuff is
Wait, that's a whole
expensive.
lot. That's not one.
Those are all the cons people have given.
People are given.
Division in the community. I think if you jump into this, I don't think most people see that. I think here on the podcast,
they will eventually if they get involved.
Yeah. I just think that's still a minority of the community. I'm not privy to the information of how many boards are sold, but I would guess over 300,000 boards have been sold. I don't think we have 300,000 people squawking. I don't think you got 150,000 on one side and another side. I think you have a very small portion that are loud and are driving a sport and driving some things that are just a little bit crazy and some are worth mentioning. It just depends where you sit on those things. So I think the community isn't as divided as you think. I think we all have opinions. And I hope everybody enjoyed Yes. How?
I was going to say, I think when it comes to stuff like that, when you're going to see some of that more on a podcast because it's like we sit in our chat. I don't necessarily think it's division either, but it's the place where you would share your opinions and things like that. So not even just our podcast, on other podcasts, on, other one wheel related things, because our world is so into different podcasts, there's ability to share it so easily, your opinions. And so I don't necessarily see it as divisiveness either, more so than free speech.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of free. Yeah. And the bummer is in our culture, if I don't like your speech.
Here's a really good one. This is a really good con. This is from Ryan. Few to no race events on the East Coast.
What?
Few to no race events
on the East Coast?
On the East Coast.
But we're not calling North Carolina, South Carolina?
Maybe he means the Northeast.
Maybe like upper north, yeah.
Okay.
But maybe even this way of the country.
There's one in Wisconsin, which puts it up here in the northern part. But yeah, but again, races, that's up to people doing those.
Right.
It's people building the races and then getting to be sanctioned or not, what's the other? Sanctional races and premier races.
Yeah.
Those are on us to create and then submit for ORL. So somebody's got to create it.
It's only a matter of time.
Right.
Where, I think that's a pro of it, is the sport is growing.
Maybe dirt surfers would go that direction. Dirt surfers has now got 2 races. Maybe they'll come, I could see them doing the 4 corners of the United States. That'd be pretty cool, right? 4 corners of the racing would be pretty cool to see. I think what we'll do here is transition now. Let's go pros and cons of just Onewheel and Vesc. Let's mash them up against each other. Okay, because right now we've been playing nice. We've had just a holistic.
Let's talk about the division in the community.
Let's make the division. No, because this is where it is.
This is where it says there's division.
This is where you have the right to repair and I want to do everything I want to my board versus Future Motion, who has a lot of ideas, but and we caught it with Jack last week, are a little bit of handcuffed because you've got to submit all of this to the government. The CPSC is on you watching that. All these tinkerers, all of us that are just tinkering with our boards, we don't have to submit the update we just did to a Vesc software operating system to go, does this approve your standards? We just do it. And then if it blows up or does something crazy, no one knows it was Vesc anyways, and Onewheel looks bad. I can get the tension for Onewheel in it. I really, really can. Like, I just think it's not as easy or black and white as we all see it, because we don't see all of those little... I think I read a comment this week.
Nor do they need to disclose all that.
No. But I did see some of the comments that, some of the answers people felt Jack said last week, oh, you can tell that's a lawyer told him how to answer that. And I was like, I don't even know that. But it was fun to interview Jack. And
he was great.
Yeah. Now, people wish we would have had probably different conversations and stuff. But, we talked forever, and you just can't cover it in
Totally.
You need him back on and like back to back kind of and just keep going. But it was a pleasure to sit there and chat with him.
I loved that. The heart for him is people and being able to have a good time on a Onewheel. So, and he was great.
I think actually I'm going to start with a con with the Onewheel Future Motion versus Vesc is this creating division. Instead of doing something that I think Vescs could do, which is thrust the progression of the sport, it's more of causing the division of Onewheel Future Motion sucks versus let's help them unlock some features. We'll be the test case. We'll build some of these things, and then they can put it into... It's not... most of it doesn't come off as I want to help. It's I want to destroy, beat, and hopefully put Onewheel out of business, which is silly to me. It's like, why would we want to take something that put this thing on the market out of business? Because without them, now all of a sudden we're going to have to go and pirate old boards and things of that nature. So... Which Onewheel's done a great job to take some of those off the market with the trade-in. You can't just, you don't have old boards lying around any longer. And so I think that's one of my big cons to the whole situation is that just the collision of the two. Lily, you got any pros and cons on the Vesc of your personal, not reading, your personal thoughts?
It's not ready out of the box. I don't want to have to I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't put it together?
No.
Yeah, I do think that is a massive con in that you can... One, you have to at the moment. I know, it's just... Let's say one of you as a viewer wants to go get a Vesc board. You have to go and hunt around and collect all the parts. You might be able to get a few parts here and there, which you can. Like Make Your PEV, I think, sells a bunch of parts. But you still have to have some of the things, like, right? Like, I don't know what they're offering anymore, but you need to have the housing to put the controller in and all those different pieces. You have to have a wheel. So you can't just go to one place and get all of these aftermarket things unless the float wheel is somewhere where you would land, which who knows how long they're going to be around and what happens as they transpire through some of those dealings with Onewheel at the moment. We don't know how that all plays out. They were one of the first to come to market with something, but it feels like, based on our information, that they might have crossed some lines in the patents. Now, we'll see how that plays out. Besides them, you have to have a current Onewheel to turn into a Vesc. So the barrier of entry is so large. It's a big turnoff. So it easily pushes people to Onewheels because the pro to a Onewheel is it's ready outside the box. You get it, and you're ready to go. I mean, the only negative in that experience is it comes 30% charged, but that's just how you have to ship things with that size of battery. So
yeah. Well, do you think that people are like we've got Ethan in the chat. He just got a pint for this first board.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Way to go. He's awesome. So he's like loving it so far, and he just asked, "What's a Vesc?" Like you're searching Onewheel because of the Onewheel.
Yeah.
And then when you get into it, then it's like, oh, okay, maybe I'm the tinkerer that wants to try the Vesc. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not, or is it reverse where people are searching how do I Vesc? How do I make
I think
this
it's I think it's all the above. I think it is a bit of probably the easiest. You come onto a one wheel, and what's his name? Andrew, you said?
Ethan.
So far off. Ethan, I think for you to understand it, the people in the chat are going to do so much better, but it's the operating system on a one wheel. People are essentially erasing the software that runs a one wheel, installing a new operating system called Vesc, and now you come in and program that one wheel to ride how you want it to ride with different limitations and stuff. But it sounds easy the way I'm explaining it, but it's almost like the version of writing your own website and knowing all the codes and what they all do, versus going to Squarespace and just dropping a picture in there and boom, you've got yourself a website. There's a massive difference.
What do you do for a living? like you do you don't really do websites.
Me?
But like you know all that stuff. So it's just funny you use that as an
I don't
example.
do any website
You don't
for
do
living.
You know not for a living, but you know how to do them. You know how to do them.
She's
So it's
just
funny that
props in you.
Yeah, but I'm trying to paint the picture of the two.
Of different worlds of being able to, yeah.
Yeah, but the pint is awesome. So you did great. You're gonna love it. On this channel, Ethan, we got so many videos where we race all kinds of trains on pints. We love them, from snow to hills to we could just bore you with what we've done with it. So I think that's the biggest thing with a one wheel Vesc is the entry level is so very difficult. What are another thing from Vesc? Let's give a pro to a Vesc. That would be interesting to this YouTube channel. People will be surprised. Can we even give a pro to riding Vesc? Ooh, Holly, you gave us
repairability. That's what they're saying.
I've never ridden a Vesc.
Yeah, but what you've learned.
Oh.
I like how they just put a shot of you, Lily, having a face of disgust, by the way.
Oh, I've looked disgusted?
Yeah, you're like, "Ugh," they sabotaged you. Okay.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
I mean, just from what everybody, you can customize it more to your personality and how you like to ride.
Okay.
But I am that one. I'm not a tinkerer, so I wouldn't know how to do any of that.
Yeah.
So it's not as appealing to me.
Okay. Lily,
Well,
a pro to a Vesc.
Well, I rode someone's Vesc and it was an XR and it was so much fun.
So
and it felt like an XR, which was awesome. Like it was an XR.
Yeah,
but it was super fast and
I think one of the pros to a Vesc is the unlocking of power, the torque and range, the things it unlocks. I don't know how to do all those things, but I think that side of things is a definite pro. You take off the limitations, which is great for a seasoned rider. I would never take my mom who has rode a one wheel and put her on a Vesc that has all these features on it that make it just crazy. The fear of my mom leaning too far forward and that thing just pew, right? I like it to where I can just easily flick an app on the one wheel and go to bay setting. And it's real simple and smooth and buttery. And I know the top end's been taken away. I think the pro to a one wheel is the usability of that app is so intuitive. Like it's not very difficult at all. You have customizations to the GT, GTS. You have a lot more customizations in that style of thing. So I think that's massive. I think another pro to a Vesc is no haptic buzz. That is gone. But it's also a pro in my category of one wheels, the haptic buzz, because now I can confidently push my board and not be fearful of like, is this pushback or is it just wind? So I know there is so many more pros and cons on this. We're just trying to, again, and Ethan, welcome to the community. We love this. It's one of the coolest communities to be a part of. Jump in, ask your questions. They'll teach and they'll say, and most people will push you what's best for you. There are great upgrades you can do to that pint that you're going to absolutely love. I'd throw, not knowing where you live, but I would go get a new tire on that thing. You'll be blown away with the Float Life. Go to floatlife.com and you'll be able to check out their tires for the pint. Oh man, some really buttery smooth riding is ahead of you if you get one of those tires on. So enjoy. Welcome to the community. So in our 100th episode of podcast, we thought we'd have a fun game.
Uh-oh.
As Lily and Holly are they're in the sport. They're around the sport. I've taken pictures of parts of the Onewheel, and I'm going to ask you, what are they called? What are they? Lil, you tracking with what the game is?
Yes.
Okay, so you both are going to get a shot. Okay, we're going to deem you the winner, whoever gets the most. In the chat, you're going to play along as well. These are just pictures of things that are in or on a Onewheel. Okay, so here's the first one. What part of a Onewheel is this right here?
Wait, who goes?
Lily, the blue part. What is the blue rounded thing called?
A hub.
A hub. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
She says hub. Hub, Holly, for the steel. What do you think that
are
is? Let's put
bearings.
it back up. That is what?
Bearings.
Oh my goodness, is she right? That is bearings, folks.
Good job.
You can pop those right out. Not very easily, but you can pop them out, switch them out, upgrade them. You know, after a year or so riding, it's
And
not
you
bad
might
to...
need to do that. Probably need to check those out.
Yep.
We just were checking some of our GTs around here, and
We have
they
removed some
all
bearings.
needed it.
They had, the Groms had hit a little too many probably puddles with them, which then makes the bearings seize up. So, bearing, Lily, you are behind. She stole
Okay.
that, so she got 2 points.
Okay.
Okay, Holly, to get 3 points, here's another picture. What is this a picture of? It's inside the Onewheel. What is
Inside
that?
the one wheel. That
Boy, that's toughy.
Oh my God.
What do you
that
think?
is the stator.
The stator she's going with. Oh, well, unfortunately,
I don't even
you're
know what a
not
stator
right.
is.
Not right at all. So, Lily, for a steal, that is inside. She's trying to get some help.
They're cheating.
She's trying to get some
I
help
can't read his lips.
from the
I
tech
can't really
table
tell
Lily
what
was.
that-
Box.
What are you saying? Here's the picture again. What are the people in or on the chat saying?
Oh,
What do you think those are, Lily?
okay.
Those?
Yeah, what
I
is that?
still
It's
have-
What do I
inside your
think
Onewheel.
those are?
Can I
Yeah.
steal back?
No.
Well, did you look at the chat?
No.
Yeah, you
I
totally
don't
looked at the
believe
chat.
you.
What are you going with?
I saw you looking
For those
at
that
it.
are listening and not watching, we're putting pictures of different parts of the Onewheel. This happens to be
those,
inside
he says.
the hub.
I don't know.
What'd you say? I need a guess. You got to have a guess, though. You can't say I don't know. What is that?
A connector.
A connector! Oh, that is so far from what they really
This
are,
looks like
folks.
connecting.
Yeah, I don't know what that
Or
is. Magnets.
Attracting.
Magnet.
Those are magnets. There you go. They line the inside of the said
He
hub.
texted me. Legend texted
You guys are a
me.
bunch of cheaters in here.
No, I didn't. But I
Unbelievable.
did not look at anything.
Those are magnets. Now, for bonus points, can you look at the magnets and tell me what they are? You have an N42 option, N48, and N52. What magnet rating
one was
strength
that?
do you think that is?
That
Can you tell
48.
by looking at it?
48.
That's a
Liz
42.
going 48. Holly going for the steal or just an extra point there. They are N42s.
Yeah.
How do you know?
You can't tell by
Holly.
the look at them. That
She's
was just a straight
guessing.
guess.
She's like, yeah, I know.
Well, you know, she's genius actually
I'm-
there. She let you guess first, which then gave her
But
down
I
to
could
2.
have been right.
You could have.
Yeah. So if
But
I
yeah,
was,
those
then
are
I wouldn't
No,
have
42s.
known.
I don't. Is there a way to even tell when you're looking at them? Not.
No, they are.
It's
they,
all by strength.
by
of
the
it, right?
strength.
Yeah.
Now, in a GTS, they are rounded magnets versus flat magnets there. But the strength of the magnet is, I don't even know how you know that outside of the pole of them. That's way above my pay grade. We'd probably need to ask Austin Silva on that one. He'd have been able to answer us that.
Probably.
Okay, so hopefully you're playing along, seeing how well you know your Onewheel, all right? Lily, the score is 4-0. There are
Okay.
2 pictures left, so you have a chance to come back, okay? Here we go, Lily. What do you think this is called? What is that? That, for everyone at home, is inside your hub. That bad boy is what really makes your Onewheel spin around.
It's a motor.
It's the motor. Now, I need a better name than
No,
just
that's
motor.
what I give.
But I'm
Motor.
just trying to tell you that's not acceptable. For those that are watching at home, this is a bad picture. If you look to see that there are bearings on the left and right of said, I can't tell you what that is quite yet.
motor.
They were seized on there. Had to remove those bad boys. That was a toughie. But we got it done. Okay, Lily, you're going motor. Okay. I might give it to you. It's not the exact terminology we'd be using around here. Holly, you could take it if you have the right terminology.
That was the bearings, and then those were magnets. I'm gonna go with it. It's a stator.
Ooh! Everyone at home, that is right there, the picture with the bearings on the
Someone
left and
put
right.
stator.
That is the stator,
S-T-A-T.
everybody.
State her.
That is a stator right there. That goes right
I've never
inside.
even heard that word in my whole life.
Whole life. Now
So-
that is, yes, magnets are on there. The cool thing about the motor, if you don't know anything about motors, but the way the one wheel works is inside the hubs, there's a lining of magnets. And then on the stator, there is magnets. And then that's what makes them spin and get the torque and power. All that stuff is wild, just wild. With coiled copper all around.
Yeah,
there.
it was
I
all-
didn't know what that was.
There you go, stator. Motor is okay. I would have known what you were talking about, but it is a stator is what spins around inside magnets. Okay.
So is the
Yes.
like the motor when you put that inside the hub, then that all becomes the motor, or it's not really called a motor,
Well, remember how Onewheel is selling the GTS?
right?
What are they selling?
The new
Stator.
stator.
Do they call it a stator or do they call it a GTS motor?
I don't know.
Oh, ladies, you're killing me.
I think they're calling it a motor.
Yes, GTS motor. So together they would call it a motor,
but
not
it
just
all,
a stator,
They
because it's
don't
all
ship
in
it
there.
like that.
No.
So it all
It comes in a
that's
GTS
the
hub.
encompass. Yeah, that's
Yes.
with the hub. That's why I'm asking.
Yes, that's what we're telling. Okay, Lily, you're not looking good.
I'm not gonna win.
Well, this is
There's always a way to win.
Yeah, we're gonna
How?
give you right here 6
This
points
could
if
be
you can
like-
get this
Oh,
one.
because
Wait,
he
it's
can
my
change-
turn
I know
first,
we're
though.
giving it to her. I
Oh.
mean, let's just make
What
it
are the
interesting.
odds here?
What are the odds?
That I
What
actually
is this a picture of? Right there. What tire makes this track? She's
can't
trying to
really
look.
see it.
It's in the snow. I can pull it up on my phone so you can zoom in on the track. Would you like
It's
that?
the Pioneer.
Pioneer is correct, everyone. Wowee! What a guess.
Just thought of the tire you have on your one.
I do not have it. It's currently right there. But
Oh.
it is.
Lucky guess.
It is the Pioneer. 6 points. How many points did you have,
Maybe
Holly?
luck is real.
I don't remember. 6. No. I'm still in the lead. How
You
many
have-
did I get for the last one?
She
How
got
many-
like
if I got it
two.
You
the
got
first
4
time.
in one. It was 5.
No, she had 8.
Wait a minute.
She had 8. No, she had 7.
Oh, you win
She
then.
had 7.
Yeah, because
It's
the
a
point
game
you got
where-
on the first try it was 3
Yeah, you got
points.
2,
I mean,
then
you didn't
4,
really,
then
you didn't
1.
really state the point, but I win.
You win. Well done. That was a toughie. I
And
really.
that was actually the one that no one put in the chat.
What's
That
that?
tire.
Yeah, he didn't
Yeah.
put it in the chat.
Pioneer was. It's
Or
hard
they.
if you can't zoom into it,
To
but you
see.
can see it. But every time I've posted pictures like that on Instagram, people immediately go, "Oh man, I love such and Vega tires tread.
they know.
I love." And it's like, how do you
And
even
it's like-
know? I wouldn't even know.
That was
I actually knew I had that picture, but I had to go to see the timestamp to know what tire I had on my board.
I
at
was
the
gonna
time.
say that
Yeah.
wasn't from just the snow. That was previous.
It was, yeah, it was,
Yeah.
it was a bit back in
Yeah, it
February.
was a lucky guess.
Yeah, well done, Lil. But I guess it wasn't enough. She wins by 1 point.
Good job, Holly.
Holly, what you win
you
is
win, yeah.
from our great friends Armadillo, who is our go-to tire sealant. We made a mistake long ago saying, Armadillos, can you put that tire sealant in a one wheel? And they reached out to us, and
said,
ever since,
absolutely.
ever since, you dodos, this is great stuff. We used it on all our one wheels. It is awesome. We have
Ethan,
Yeah, Ethan, you should put this in your one
this
wheel.
is one of your things
Go-
that need to go in your cart.
Armadillo.com, I believe, is what you want. It is military grade tire sealant. The other day, Lily was trying to figure out where this goes. She thought it was to help put on a tire, but it seals it. If you get a puncture in your tire, Holly, you win your own tube.
Woo! Thank
for,
you.
For your GTS, when it comes, you can put that in your one wheel. There you go.
Super excited about that. Thanks.
Yeah, you should be.
I love it. That's awesome. I didn't have any, so that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my
Can anyone sense the not authenticness? Okay.
No, I don't have any one wheel things that are my own besides my purple helmet.
Which is now pink.
And a gold helmet.
And a gold helmet.
Yeah, my gold. It's
And wrist guards that you lost.
there somewhere.
Yeah.
What? I was trying to.
That's
look
right.
that up.
Okay. Again, here on our YouTube channel, we love to talk about one wheel things, the community. We put a podcast together 100 episodes ago, not knowing where it was going to go. We were just like, well, let's see what happens if people want to talk about it. And we started out with like, we were stoked when we'd have like 10 views. And so it's pretty sweet to see that 1,000 of you are watching throughout the weeks on the different given topics and the people we've got to meet and call friends now. What a journey it's been as we started a podcast. And if you go back to the very first podcast, we're different studio and all those things. It was in a garage. I remember talking to Lil, hey, what if we start a Onewheel podcast? And you go, what would we talk about? Do you remember that?
Did I say that?
Yeah.
I would probably still say that. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah,
if I started my own Onewheel podcast, I wouldn't know what to talk about like we do. This is where I learn about Onewheel.
Yeah, right. This is where Lily gets educated on.
I
Oh.
didn't know what to say.
Yeah, I often, the great thing about having Lily around is like, Lil, we got this new tire to try out. Give it a
I am
go.
the Ethans of the world. I'm like, I don't know much, but I like riding Onewheels.
Yeah, but how do you know he doesn't know much?
He's brand new. He asked about Vesc. He like is thinking about getting the bumpers with the fangs on them.
Oh, yeah.
He's like new to all of this.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Are you gonna tell him not to get those?
I was trying to think about it.
Is there any good concaved or sensor foot pads? He asked. He's new to this.
Yeah, I mean, again.
I don't even know how to answer that.
What?
Yeah, the low boys.
No, that's for old GTSs and
See?
GTs.
See, I don't
Unbelievable.
know.
You can go to onewheel.com and they have some concave foot pads
For the pint.
for the pint. Not for the front yet. It's for the back foot pad. You can also go to the Float Life and they have 3 options for your back foot pad. You have a version that would make your back foot pad wider. You have a bigger flare on the back foot pad on the Float Life as well. There's a couple of different places you can check, but I would give it a go, either one of those. I am unaware of right now of where we would give our stamp of approval here of a front foot pad sensor that you would put in there. I don't think of any that have been made that are like, yeah, you go for that one. So we definitely back foot pad. And yeah, again, check out floatlife.com, thefloatlife.com. And you'll see all the things you can get. That's a good company to go and get aftermarket products. And Onewheel, you know what you get there, right? It's built for your device. It's going to fit perfectly. It's going to look great. Not saying that wouldn't happen at the Float Life. But again, check those 2 out. Like, and if you're looking to make an upgrade, the biggest upgrade you can do, I'm telling you, is a tire. It's not that hard to change. Go to the Float Life.
We do a video, or you do a video.
Yeah, so does Jeff from the Float Life. He's way better at it than me. Go check out their stuff. You can go look at the Float Life stuff. Get a tire. Put it on. If you are like nervous to put it on, somebody locally will be able to do it for you. Okay, we also do a game here called Would You Ride That? Now, one is more of a Would You Ride That, which I think is right up Lily's alley. And then another one is how'd they do that really is where it's coming from, okay? So here is one.
We have to do our jingle.
Oh, they have a jingle. They
yeah,
would like
Ethan's
to do.
new here. He needs to know we have a jingle.
Ethan is going to want to unsubscribe right after this.
No, he's
okay.
not.
I don't think we've ever talked
Ethan,
about
if
someone
you're not
so much in a
subscribed, this is
podcast.
Yeah,
the
Ethan,
turning
you're a
point.
celebrity today just for being in
Yeah, right?
I hope you like that. Okay,
ready?
let's hit it.
Would ya?
Would you, could ya?
Ride that!
Oh my goodness, it's a jingle that won't die. Won't die.
Never gonna die.
It will never die. Nope, it should. It won't, though. Okay, so here is your first Would You Ride That? You simply just put in the chat, no way, yes way kind of deal. Here it is. 9 flips.
Wow.
This is boom right there.
Oh my gosh.
Would you
that's
do
crazy.
this?
No. I would
Okay.
Oh, he got it.
like
He's so
3.
excited.
Yeah, all of them cheer him on. Watch.
Okay, momentum, he needs it. Tuck, 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 and boom.
Look.
But okay, we got to keep it going because there's some things you're probably not catching yet. So he has all his friends are catapulting him off a trampoline.
Yeah.
But
What's the black thing?
they
A mattress?
throw
That's why he lands
a
on.
trampoline to steal his bounce, so he doesn't go shoot. Like, how do you not just rocket back up?
Gotcha,
They put
gotcha,
the
gotcha.
mat
They put
there
it after
in-
on his
yeah.
way back down.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why he looks a little goofy as he hits that mat and he's like running in the air because his bounce gets stolen.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think he's cheering.
That's
And
what they do the first time too. That's why they're all on there.
Yeah, they're all stealing his bounce, but then or giving him a bounce, and then they jump off and put
Yeah,
that.
that's funny.
Would you do that? Would you let us do that to you, Lily?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna do 9 flips. I'll do
What?
I'll do a controlled 2 or 3.
So we can make this happen.
Maybe.
Yeah, we have a trampoline, guys. We can make
That
this happen.
trampoline out there is not
That
doing what that
trampoline is
that
not.
Why? Why not?
Because look at this is a square like
It's a
professional
rectangle.
grade trampoline.
What? That does
Our
not look
trampoline's
professional.
missing a
It is.
third of the
That's in a
spring.
backyard.
No.
No, these
Yeah.
No.
That's
This
not
is-
professional.
No, this is these.
Reach
this,
out to the whose
these
is
people
this?
do it for
DM
sport.
them and
It's
ask
probably,
them that.
It's
no.
probably trampolines.com.
No, get outta here.
Yeah, totally.
Would I do that? Not a chance. I'm flying out one. I can only do one backflip. So I would do one, and then when I go to do two, I'm actually going to throw myself off the trampoline. So no. No.
I think that's very impressive. I would never do that.
But Lily said she would. This one we can actually make happen. Most of the things we put on here, we can't. This one we can. I'm excited
Yeah,
for
but
this
it's
filming.
not.
This next one or the trampoline
No,
one?
now look at this. How do they do this?
What?
It started
jet? Is
over
he in a
again.
jet?
Started over again so they get the whole context here, okay? Pouring and spinning his plane.
Yeah, wow, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, how does it not spill?
It's got to be, what is that,
The
centrifugal
force.
force?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
But how, like, it's just, I'm not sure. It's got to
Now
be.
he's not staying upside down.
But it doesn't look like he's
Now-
moving that
now
fast.
It's not moving.
Now
it
what?
was on something. I don't know if that
He
makes a difference.
Velcroed it, and now he does another spin.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What?
Okay, that's like
Maybe someone's smart enough in the chat to tell us.
it's
how
got to be
this works.
centrifugal force. Is that the right word? That's-
What? What'd
Yeah.
you call- Centrifugal?
Centrifugal, like it's the force of going in a circle.
I'm not
Say
gonna
that.
try that word.
Yeah, it's like when you take a bucket.
Jacob
G-force.
says G-force.
G-force. Jacob knows.
No,
G-force.
G-force fine, but it's like I don't create G-force when I put
Centrifugal?
water. When I put water in a bucket and spin it around, you ever do that and the water stays in it? Ladies, never done this?
Centrifugal.
Oh yeah,
You have done it.
yeah. I know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
so it's the same idea. It's the motion, it's the force of going in a circle pattern that
Right.
forces it down. G-force is created from moving forward in a jet. So
Okay.
I'm saying that the centrifugal force is keeping it down,
yeah, someone says centrifugal.
but you would
Yeah.
think that
Hashtag physics.
the pour would get smashed down because of the force, but it stays. Hit it again. Watch the pour out of the can. It's not forced down. Maybe it is. Yeah, see how it keeps its shape pouring out? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't.
I think, well, that's part of it. As it's moving so fast, you're not gonna see
It
that.
tilts a little bit.
And then he just takes a drink. What a genius. Way done. Well done.
That's
Good
pretty
marketing. Makes me want to have one and be in the plane. Would I do that if I could fly? Absolutely.
If I had that ability, yes.
I like flying. I just the ability to control it myself would be awesome. So good. Okay.
Nice. That's cool.
That was fun.
Before we land the plane on the 100th episode, today we don't always get a chance to just chill with the three of us and chat, and I hope today you enjoyed a low-key, fun style podcast. Who should we try to have on our 101 episode?
Ooh.
Wow.
Who should we make? Who
Who was the first person we interviewed? Was it Bodie?
probably Bodie.
Let's have Bodie.
Have Bodie back on?
Yeah.
Okay, your
Who's
vote's
Bodie?
Bodie. How?
Yeah, that's a good.
I'm thinking somebody we haven't done yet.
Oh.
That's where I'm going. Somebody we have not had on here. Who would you like in the chat to see us interview? Or maybe there's an up-and-comer like Zane a couple weeks ago that we got on here that we should get on here to interview. What would we say?
Ethan says him.
Ethan says him. Fair enough, Ethan. Fair enough.
That's.
You've been made
What if
famous
we-
this
what
week in the
if-
chat.
Can we get Kyle?
Can
What?
we?
Wow, would that be a wild
Have
interview?
we tried?
We've never tried. Kyle, the creator of Onewheel.
Could try.
That would be wild.
How do you even get to him?
I don't know. Maybe that button that they posted on.
TFL Jeff Float Life, 2 people.
That's where I like. I
Jeff's
love the
fun.
Kyle thing. I think in the next
Jeff's
year,
fun.
I think
We'll put.
I
we
think
put
Kyle's
list.
on the list in the next 100 episodes. I would like to see. I would love to have Jeff on.
All right, let's
Jeff's
go for
great.
Jeff.
He has popped in at different
He's popped
times,
in,
but
but
we've
he's-
never had where we got to just talk with him.
I would love to sit down and chat with Jeff. I want to know what makes that guy tick.
Yes, he's super creative.
Yep. He's got a little
Okay.
one. His wife is super fast on a one wheel. It'd be cool to sit down and chat with him. And maybe it's a little bit of the other side of the conversation from last week that we can sit Jeff down and have a conversation about just things Onewheel and Vesc. And
Yeah, we got a lot of Jeff votes.
I would love to sit down with Jeff. So that's who I was
Okay,
thinking.
Jeff.
Kyle kind of taking me back a little bit. I don't know, ladies. That's.
Well, you might need to give Kyle a little bit more heads up.
But let's
We love chatting with Jeff.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Jeff is one of the most creative
He's
when it
fun
comes
guy.
to the Onewheel stuff.
The question would be, what would he be drinking? Because he's always got some
Well,
kind of...
maybe that's a would you could ya.
They have kombucha on tap.
I know. I'd like to try some of that. Next time I'm out in that direction, I've never been close enough to stop at the shop.
You were going to try to the last time, and it didn't work out to get there.
Okay, so if you have a way to get us in contact with Jeff from Float Life to make it happen, that's going to be the quest this week. It's already a huge week in our lives around here. We're super busy with what we do with our day job. Sunday's a big deal around here for us. So we're going to be cranking on that. But we would love to have Jeff on here next Wednesday. It would be awesome to sit down and talk about what some of the, maybe he'll give us some leaks on products they're going to have.
Got coming
yeah,
out.
how did they come up with the 5-inch hub idea? Because I think they were the first to the market to talk about those things. Now, Onewheel Part might say they were. I'm not sure. There's a battle. But they have been super kind. Float Life has been super kind to this YouTube channel over the years, so it'd be really cool to sit down and just talk to them and how they're running stuff out there. And so hopefully we can make that happen.
Who got it out first? Float Life?
I think so, but I'm very foggy on that. I cannot actually remember who talked about it, but it's the first one to market, and the MTE hit the market way before, I believe, the 5-inch hub came from Onewheel Parts. But I could be very wrong on that. Somebody will correct me because
they
always do. Yeah, it's that great. Thank you so much for hanging with us. If you're still watching today, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We got a lot of content coming. We have the new low boy foot pad, where the soft edition front sensor back foot pad for the GT and GTS. Ooh. We reviewed those. Those are coming soon. And the 5-inch hubs. We compare all of them and share. Holly has no idea why she's making that sound, but it's trying to make, she wants to be a part of our sound effects.
It's all the new videos and stuff that you've got.
What if all of our sound effects here were just by sounds? Lily, give us the best explosion sound.
If you could have seen, did you?
No, they saw it. They saw it right there. Yeah. Okay, Holly.
Epic is embarrassed.
Holly, let's say I want you to give the best sound effect. If I just slam this on the desk, give us the sound effect of that.
Like
would
if
be.
it squirts
and
out.
Squirts out.
No. Yeah, sound effect of it hitting and then the squirting out, like it's spraying out. Okay. Are you ready? I'll smash it, but you got to give it. What's it sound like when we just hit it? Go. Doom.
Doom.
Wow, maybe we should
Oh my gosh, someone said mine was terrible. That's so mean.
Thank you. That is not mean. That's truth telling.
No, I thought mine was a good explosion. I'm gonna rewatch with my eyes closed
and see if it felt like an explosion.
Yeah.
No, seriously, watch it with your eyes open.
Yeah, the explosion.
No, I did rewatch it. I look hilarious.
The explosion should have like some bass in it, and you had none. It was like all treble.
I don't think I ever have any bass.
Yeah, the other day I was writing.
I'm pretty high pitched.
Legend and I were in Lily's car, and I'm like, "What's going on with your sound system?" And I just go, "What are the everything's flatlined?" I was like, "This sounds awful." So I gave a little bass, a little treble.
I feel like guys are always changing that in cars.
Because it's got to sound good.
I've never cared about that.
Well, that's why your explosion sounds the way it does. Because you're like,
sorry, not enough effort, Lily.
Okay, yeah, right. I wanted something like,
wow.
Okay. How about the sound of hail hitting a glass window?
That's hard. Did you hear that?
Unbelievable. I don't know. I think that would just sound more like a ticking clock. I don't know.
No, a ticking clock is like all like the exact same. That's good, Lil.
That's a clock?
Yeah.
That's so good.
Okay. Can you give me Lily, yours is a doorbell.
Ding dong.
Ding dong. You gave a ding dong. That's it. A ding dong. Oh
Someone said explosion, more like a fast leak.
Yeah, they're giving. Holly, give us the sound of a leaking tire.
That's pretty good.
That's
pretty good.
That's
actually.
also probably the easiest.
Well, we should give you one.
Lily, give us the sound of what an ostrich would sound like.
I don't know.
No, like I don't either.
No idea.
100 different sounds for the 100th episode.
Yeah. What would an ostrich sound like?
Maybe when it's running, it's like, I don't know. I don't even know how to attempt this.
That's the great thing. Attempt it because that gives.
No, I don't.
No, look, we're all smiling, so it's good.
I have nothing.
No, you have to. You can't say you can't. You can't end with nothing.
Maybe when it feels threatened, it's like. Like, I don't think an ostrich just makes sounds like on like the normal minute, but if it feels threatened, or when it's running, an ostriches run.
Yeah, I'm getting the
So.
picture. So while they run, they make that sound. Can we hear it one more time though?
No, I can't redo that.
Oh, that was one time.
How about you make the sound of tires hitting the snow like on a one wheel?
a tire?
You're
You're just
awful.
making
That was
sounds.
awful. That is not what
No, that
it
was a
sounds
rust.
like.
No, you didn't give me.
They are liking this.
It
though.
wasn't the. It was not a description of what the tire. Like the bearings were
No.
rusted there.
It's
That's
the
why I was saying.
tire hitting the snow.
Yeah, it was soft.
Oh, but the bearing-
It was.
wow.
That was the rusty bearings, guys. It was seriously. Holly, what would be the sound of a car stealing a one wheel taking off sound like?
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, that's hard.
You hopped
It's
in
like
your car.
a screech. Like it's
You'd have to have the-
burnout.
You have to open the door like. Oh gosh.
Oh wow,
that's
we're gonna
hard.
start all of that. I was just thinking about the tires,
You
but
get
you're.
out. You grab the one.
That was loud. People's poor
Ears.
headphones.
That's like an alien. That was not in anywhere.
Someone said, Scott, have you ever ridden a one wheel in the snow?
Yeah, I got to get to it. What am I doing with my life?
Well, there's a lot of snow outside. You can do it right now.
Yeah,
There is.
I apparently you've never listened to that. We overdubbed the sound of the one wheel. The way the one wheel sounds in the snow is exactly how I said it.
No.
We
it's more
overdub it.
crunching. It's like.
We overdub
like
it.
crunches.
Yeah,
But
with
I've
the
heard
sound
it
effect.
in real life.
Yeah, it sounds just like this. You
No.
know it to be true. Okay, Lily.
Oh man, are we still going?
Yeah, we are for
my
sure.
gosh.
Lily, yours is a gas leak to explosion.
I don't know what a leak. Oh, I don't know what that means.
It's a
What,
gas leak,
fast
and then it
leak.
blows.
He said fast leak.
Gas leak. Gas leak.
Ethan just wants to know what the website for the one wheel parts are.
The floatlife.com.
He says he's gonna look at it after this. Yep, hang on for every moment of this, Ethan.
I don't know what a
Stay
fast
with us.
leak is.
It's just air
Oh,
and then an explosion, like a gas
so
leak.
like.
Holly, give us the sound of lasers.
That's good.
Lily, give us the sound of a hot sunshine rays.
What?
Rays.
Yeah, the hot sun
RAYS.
rays that you see.
That
Like,
doesn't make noise.
how would you depict it to somebody? It does. You got to just come up with it. Like, if somebody was deaf and you're like, no, this is what it would sound like.
I can't.
I mean, I'm sorry, if they were blind. Yeah, I see the problem with that situation. That was a no-go. That was not good. Way to catch me. If they're
maybe
blind,
like beam.
I got it. I like it. I do like where you're going with there. It's a bit. I got it. It was like, okay, Holly, give us a sound effect of it's a Western movie, and there's about to be a showdown in the middle of the city, the town.
That was
What's
pretty
that
good.
song? It's like
something like that.
Okay,
And then
I think
tumbleweed.
this hasn't been enough.
Okay, well, last one for Lily, and then we'll land it.
But
Lily,
good.
give us the sound of someone chugging a Red Bull. Yeah, here's the deal. You're going to take this game and do it. You know you are.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah,
That'll
exactly.
Be a fun one.
All right, everybody. Hopefully put a smile on your face.
Wow.
Somebody
Oh, man.
might have
I am
unsubscribed.
sorry if you weren't. Sorry.
They're
Just sorry.
going to love that.
I'm just sorry.
Where else can they come and get that raw,
An
comedic?
ostrich stealing a one wheel in the snow. Go.
Go.
I'm out of here.
Wow.
You didn't say it wasn't a talking ostrich.
Oh, right.
You forgot to tell
We'll
me.
clarify that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
next
that
time.
was good. That was good.
Yeah. We went around the table the other night as a family. We have 8. Holly and I have 8 kids, so it takes a long time to ask any questions. But we always do a question of the night, and it was, "What bird would you want
As a pet.
as a pet?" Lily, what bird would you pick to be your pet? Wait,
I don't know. A big one. Like a vulture.
a vulture. I would have thought you would have landed on an
ostrich.
ostrich since
Oh,
we've been
no.
talking
I
about
don't
them.
want an ostrich.
What? Think about their eggs.
What? Think of one of your trophies.
Too
you got
big.
the
You got the ostrich egg.
as a
I want a
trophy.
bird, but not too big of a bird.
Oh.
So we're going with a vulture that would peck your eyes out. I learned this. Is this true? Is this true? Last night, one of my kids said that ravens are so smart they can talk like a parrot.
I don't know. Why would I know that?
I don't know. I'd say that's
You guys
false
have a
'cause they got
keyboard in
bird
front of
brains.
you?
Ooh, an owl. I would choose an owl.
That was one of the.
Like
That's what
Hedwig.
people picked last night. Were owls? Snowy owls were one. Somebody said an eagle owl. Then I felt like they're jacking with me, but it's a real bird.
Oh,
An eagle owl. I think I would go with if it wasn't hyper illegal, I'd go with a bald eagle. That'd be sweet.
That'd be cool.
And then if I couldn't have that, I'd have a loon.
Nice.
that's illegal too.
Yeah, but not as only
Ooh, a
Minnesotans
peacock
would
would
care.
be fun.
We got
Peacocks.
a lot of you guys.
See,
liked it. What
they're
bird-
loving this.
What bird would you
Well,
want?
2 people answered.
What bird would you take
Look.
on a one-wheel ride?
Can I unscrew this microphone and talk? Wait, I have all of this to just.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, it's been a blast with you today. We're on a mission.
Happy 100th.
We're on a
Happy
mission.
100th.
Jeff from The Float Life. Ethan, it's thefloatlife.com. Go check it out now.
See you next week.
See you next
hopefully
week,
with Jeff.
everybody. Adios.
Bye.
Bye.